Hi, we're going to just share a little video today so you can see a before and after. We're going to be painting this green leather recliner chair. So we've got the Frenchic horn blower. So we're going to probably do a few coats. We'll see. What we'll do as we go through, we'll stop at each stage and see how many coats it takes, and we'll show you each stage what it looks like. But I'm thinking probably at least 3 coats. So with that, let's crack on and let's start the first coat. So before we start with the paint, we're just going to use the recommended route, which is to sugar soap, and this has got a bit of grime on it, so hopefully this will start to do the trick. So I'm just going to just go over all of this now and give it a really good clean up with the sugar soap. So I'm just starting by doing a thin coat. Don't be worried if this looks thin at this point in time, because we're going to do several coats, as many as it's needed to make it look obviously really good. So you can see it going on now, quite thin. I'm not being too neat with it at the moment, but as we get to the next coats, I will start to be much neater in terms of the coats I put on, really. Okay, so we left actually, this happened to be overnight, but it had its first coat. Just to give you an indication, it took about 30 minutes with some child help to paint the first coat. From our horn blower, we've got a litre pot. I estimate we've used about 20% of the pot so far on the first coat. So you can zoom in now and we'll have a quick look at, you can see what sort of stage you get in coverage. It's not bad. It amazingly feels, as I said, very sort of integrated in or soaked into the fabric, which is pretty good actually. But yeah, you've got a soft cover. You can obviously see some of the green still around the edges, so we're going to be touching the edges in a bit more today. So we're going to go for the second coat now, and we'll come back and show you when we've got the second coat on.
We've done 2 coats and now this is going to be our 3rd coat.
Okay, so while I was out, we've had the 3rd coat put on by the children. We're now going to do the 4th, maybe the final coat, maybe the 5th one. I did have to sand a couple of small runs out, so I've done that on the arm here, just sanded that off, but actually it sanded out pretty well actually, so hopefully that will come up perfect in a minute. We're now about 50% of the way through the paint, so we've used 500 millilitres over 3 coats, so definitely got enough for 5 coats. Which is absolutely fine. So we'll show you, this could be the last coat on certainly the pads and the stool, and we'll see if we need another coat, say just on the arms where I've just sanded down a little bit, and along the back here I've just done a little bit of sanding just because of a couple of small runs. I think that'd be all good. So let's get on with the 4th coat, and then we'll show you how the 4th coat comes out very soon. So that was the final coat, so we did 4 coats in total actually. We probably gave the arms, because we sanded down just a little bit just because of a run. Actually the sanding, just so you know, went very well. It just sands off very easily. So we did do a 5th coat just on these sections here. But so we've used probably just over half a tin. So we probably used 500 ml. This was the horn blower, if I got the right name. Yes, horn blower. So yeah, I think it's come out really well, and you can see it gives good coverage of the whole chair. In terms of the paint, we're just waiting for it to fully dry. It's curing for about half an hour to an hour for this last coat. It's actually already dry. There's no sign of anything coming off. So you can see kind of up close now, there's very little sign of any sort of paint marks or sort of lines from the painting at all actually. So I think considering what it was, you can still see the original kind of broken leather on the chair, but I think it's it's come out remarkably well. So I hope you enjoyed that, and you can see kind of roughly how long it takes. What I'd probably say is about 2.5 hours in total, about half an hour a coat, would probably be about right. So probably somewhere in the region of 2 hours to paint that item and about 500 ml of the paint. Hope you enjoyed that. Take care.